breaking news. Release our Mandela, Nnamdi Kanu's Kinsmen in Abia, writes President Tinubu. Now, wow, my country people, this is getting serious. So, the youth of the Ibuku ancient kingdom in Umaya, Abia State, have expressed their support for Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. The youth draw parallels between their kingsmen, Nnamdi Kanu, and the Reverend late African leader Nelson Mandela, who stood for truth, equity, and justice. In a later address to President Bola Tinubu after an emergency meeting on Tuesday evening at their national secretariat in Ibuku, the youth expressed great regrets over what they described as a misunderstanding of Nnamdi Kanu's pursuit of fairness and equity for all Nigerians. The communique signed by their national president, Martins Chidozie Nwosu, and the secretary, Chibuzo, respectively urged Tinubu to free Nnamdi Kanu, just as the Yoruba Nation promoter Sunday Igboho and the social crusader Omoyele Sowore, also charged for treason, has been freed. Now guys, we know that Omoyele Sowore and Sunday Igboho, all charges against them has been cleared. And in the spirit of national reconciliation and justice, Nigerians have been urging Tinubu for the release of Nnamdi Kanu from detention, because it seems that Nnamdi Kanu is now a political prisoner, and they've been calls for the federal government to go ahead and dialogue with this agitator to promote peace in the southeast region. The government should engage with Nnamdi Kanu. And now, you know that the federal government is fond of treating Nnamdi Kanu like a terrorist, even calling the IPOB a terrorist organization. But if we want to look at this the other way, it's kind of like an injustice to Nnamdi Kanu, because he wasn't treated fairly like others, the likes of Sunday Igboho and Omoyele Sowore, and they have criticized the decision to detain Nnamdi Kanu instead of engaging constructively with the issues he raised, and emphasized that his intentions were aimed at addressing fundamental societal issues. The youth, however, urged that Kanu was not a terrorist, but was only concerned about the perpetual injustice against his people and was crying out for equity. So, my country people, they have noted that this continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu is against, our human rights, the fundamental human rights. And now they've noted that at this point, identifying his continuous detention despite previous court orders for his unconditional release as the major cause of tensions and insecurity in the southeast region. The youth have strongly urged the president to consider the growing appeals from across Nigeria for his release, because Nnamdi Kanu is only standing for the truth, only standing for equity, standing for justice for the Igbo tribe and the eastern part of Nigeria, just like Nelson Mandela of South Africa stood up for his people. Hence, his incarnation at the Department of the State Service has become unbearable to his kingsmen and to his brothers, knowing fully well the catastrophe, the instability, and the insecurity that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's detention has brought to the eastern part of Nigeria, warning politicians against any attempt to politicize the release of Nnamdi Kanu. The Ibukwe youths appreciated all those who genuinely committed to his freedom. However, they've urged the Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization, Ohanaeze Ndị Igbo, to caution the ex-presidential aide, Rino Omokri, against making unguarded utterances and provocative comments on Nnamdi Kanu. Guys, this is serious. Now they've urged politicians not to go ahead and politicize the detention of their kinsmen, Nnamdi Kanu, and to also work collectively and objectively towards his unconditional release. Also imploring to Ndibo to go ahead and caution the likes of Rino Omokri, who is kicking against the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and also to caution him on his utterances. It seems that the likes of Rino Omokri are not happy, with the calls for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And this is gross injustice on Nnamdi Kanu's personality. This is injustice against humanity. This is injustice because Nnamdi Kanu has been, trying to apply for bail, but the court has been rejecting and bouncing his attempt for bail application. Why? Because they know what they are doing, because they want to keep him locked up. But just note that justice can be delayed but can never be denied. All his life, Nnamdi Kanu has been trying to, work on the IPOB actualization, the Biafra actualization, but it seems that the government are not happy with his agitation, and they've decided to clamp him down with his continued detention in the DSS, frustrating all his efforts to secure release, even his effort to apply for bail. Now, the members of the Ibukwe Youth Association have called on the president to release their brother Nnamdi Kanu, and he must be released unconditionally. Nnamdi Kanu meant well for the eastern part of Nigeria and the southern part of Nigeria, and Nigeria as a whole. He has taken up the responsibility to agitate for equity and justice and inclusion of Easterners and Southerners in the affairs of Nigeria, and in the guise of the agitation for Biafra. The then government of Nigeria had failed to address the root cause of this agitation. They misconstructed the essence of this agitation and hastily proscribed the peaceful and non-violent group led by Nnamdi Kanu as terrorists. They detained him, and now look at what is happening. So, my country people, the Eastern youths have come ahead to facilitate for his release by the federal government, because it seems that this government is hell-bent on making sure he doesn't get released. But a lot of people, Nnamdi Kanu's kinsmen, are crying out that the insecurity in the region and the economic hardship in the region, in the southeast region, is orchestrated as a result of his continued detention. So the president, His Excellency President Bola Tinubu, should look into this and secure the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Thank you. Bye for now.